guys! Today we are going to be discussing my top 16 books of 2023. And yes, I know 16 is such an odd number for this, but these are the books I gave 5 stars to, so whatever. We just went with it. So, all the books I gave 5 stars to in 2023. So, number 16 on the list is, and these are ranked, but it's just kind of wibbly wobbly, flexible, whatever. Like, I loved all of these books very much. The top ones are much better than the bottom ones, but that doesn't mean I didn't love all of these, because I did. So, alright, number 16 is Space Drifters Book 1, The Emerald Enigma, by Paul Regnier. Or Regnier? Who knows? It could be French. I just really enjoyed this book. This is just a really fun time. It's basically Star Wars, but with a... There's not much Christian elements to it. There is some Christian elements to it, but just basically just a fun space adventure. So if you like fun space adventures, give this one a try. As you can tell, I really loved it. It made this list. Number 15 is The Scarlet Pimpernel. I did not expect to love this classic this much. It was actually really, really good. Just a fun adventure story about... there's a guy who is going around and rescuing French aristocrats from the French Revolution. And all the stuff that was happening after that, at that time. And basically the main character is trying to figure out who this guy is, because she's being blackmailed or something, I think. I don't know. It was a little while ago that I read this, but I really did enjoy it. Number 14 on my list is Ivanhoe. Again, just another really fun story. I really liked it. Basically, it's set during the time of Robin Hood, which I did not know Robin Hood is in this book. I guess spoilers for Ivanhoe, but Robin Hood is in this book. Did not know that. It's just a very fun knight story. I really loved it. So, yeah. Next is number 13. Number 13 is At the Back of the North Wind by George MacDonald. This is a book about a kid who befriends the North Wind, who is personified as a woman, I think. Yeah. It was an interesting book. I really like George MacDonald and his allegory and fantasy and stuff. Yep. Number 12 is Mrs. Witherspoon Goes to War. I don't even know why this one is 5 stars. I just really loved it. It's about a WASP pilot in World War II, who... The back cover gives away a lot, so I don't want to tell you everything that's on the back cover, but basically she works on airplanes, and she flies them around to free up the male pilots to be able to actually fly combat missions. And it was just a really fun story. I really loved her, and the male lead as well, her love interest, he was also really great. And her WASP co-workers, just everything was so much fun with this book. I just really loved it, especially since this is a time period I don't normally gravitate toward. This was just, I was very blown away by this book. So that one is number 12. Number 11 is Little Men by Louisa May Alcott. Little Women is not on this list because it was a reread. I'm not including any rereads on this list, just first time reads, because obviously if I'm rereading them, that means I liked them. So, yes. So Little Women could not make this list, but Little Men did because I wanted to put one of them on this list at least. Little Men, honestly, I think has pretty much the same charm as Little Women does. Jo is still just perfectly Jo. I loved this book so much. And I really need to read Jo's Boys. I just haven't gotten my hands on that yet. So, I'm going to be reading Jo's Boys in the new year, hopefully. Hopefully I can find it at a used bookstore or something. Alright. Number 10 on my list is going to be First Term at Mallory Towers. Probably the first book is my favorite, but I really did enjoy all 3. This is the bind-up of the first 3, so I enjoyed all 3 of these. And I don't like putting multiple books in a series on the list, so we'll just say Mallory Towers, the first 3 books. This is a story just about a girl in a British boarding school. That's pretty much it. I really liked this. I was introduced to this story from the TV show, and this book was just very entertaining. I just really loved it. So, yeah, this book is number 10. Alright, number 9 is another shared place, and that is going to be Anne of Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea. This book was so good. I somehow had never read these, despite having seen the movies many, many times. But I love Anne so much. She is so precious. I love her full page-long monologues. I love just the whimsical nature of everything that she says. I love this story. I love this story so much. I love how Ellen Montgomery portrays the small town. Like, the small town vibes in this book are incredible and very accurate. So, yes, very much enjoy Anne of Green Gables. So, Anne of Green Gables is number 10, or 9. All right, number 8 on my list is Mark of the Raven by Morgan L. Busse. I actually just got book 2, and I can't wait to read that. So this is a story about Lady Selene Ravenwood. She is she has the power of dream walking, so she can enter people's dreams and manipulate them and even kill them if she wants to. And her family has been using this for not so good purposes up until recent history. And now she gets it and she learns all this and she's like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then she meets a guy that's really great and seems like he is actually like a good person, which apparently nobody she knows is. She's learning. So she's very much intrigued by this guy. And I don't want to give away much more, but this was a really good book. I cannot wait to read book 2. All right, number 7, I think. Watch me, I've completely lost count, but I think this is number 7, North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. This is a story about Margaret Hale, who lived in the south of England, so the agrarian country area, and because of her father's job, I believe he was, at least in the miniseries, he was a minister and he couldn't agree to certain things that he had to agree to stay a minister, so they just moved to the north of England, to the manufacturing area. And she has a huge culture shock. Things just are so different up there, and she's not a big fan of it. And she meets a mill owner, and also befriends some of the mill employees, and just, yeah, lots of things happen. I really love this book. I love the miniseries as well, but very much, it's like Pride and Prejudice, except probably, I would say, got more social commentary going on than Pride and Prejudice. Kind of like Pride and Prejudice, but if it was written by Dickens. And I like this better, but I like this better than I like Dickens. So don't take that the wrong way, because I'm not a huge fan of Dickens, but this is really good. I love this book. Number 6 on my list is Peter Pan. I didn't know really what to expect in Peter Pan going into it, but it was very different from the Disney movie, but it was so good. And this mainly makes this place in the list because of the ending. Like, the ending of Peter Pan in the book is so much better than the ending in the movie. Like, leagues better. Like, I can't even explain to you how much better it is than the ending in the Disney movie. And it's really short, so, like, you should just read it, and, yeah. But it's just it's got that whimsical humor that I just love in specific classics. So, this was just a really fun read. But the ending, man, that ending. Just read the ending, at least. Like, read all of it, but get to the ending and tell me it's not just so wonderful. So precious. All right. Number 5 on my list is going to be The Mysterious Benedict Society. Book 1, although I could say probably book 2 as well. I didn't like the rest of the series as well, but books 1 and 2 were both really good. So this is about a group of 4 kids who get involved in this plan to take down this institute that's manipulating everyone. And they're all kids who don't really have much, but through this they all come together and become a found family, and it's just precious. And I love this series. Especially book 1. Book 1 was really great. And the TV show was pretty good, especially season 1. Again, especially season 1. Alright, number 4 on the list, The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald. Man, this is so good. This is about Princess Irene, who kind of has been locked up in her castle for her entire life because her father's worried about the goblins outside because her kingdom is at war with goblins. And she meets this kid named Curdy, and Curdy is the son of a miner, and things happen. It's really good. She also meets her great-great-grandmother, I think it is, and it's just a very fun read, and I really love Princess's relationship with her great-grandmother and with Curdy as well. It's very, very wonderful, and I really need to read The Princess and Curdy, which is book 2. I really need to read that. Alright, we are down to my top 3 for the year. So, number 3, Castle of Refuge by Melanie Dickerson. This is a retelling of The Ugly Duckling. It is about Audrey, I think is the main character's name. Yes, Audrey. Audrey, when she was a small girl, was burned in a fire on purpose by her sister, who is the worst. And uh, she was basically, she was supposed to marry this one guy, but because now she's got scars all over her face, her father is like, well, you'll marry somebody else, somebody a lot older and, you know, not nearly as good of a catch, because clearly, you know, because of these scars, he's not going to want you. Meanwhile, the guy that she was supposed to originally marry, also has some, I don't want to give too much away, but due to the ending, this is book 2 in a series, so due to the ending of book 1, he's got some trauma, shall we say, that he's not recovered from yet in this book. And it's just their story coming together and helping each other heal. And it was really great. I love Melanie Dickerson. I love her books so much. And I really need to catch up on this series. I'm so behind. I don't know how I got this behind, but I did. All right. Number 2 is Hidden Current, The Dancing Realms, Book 1 by Sharon Hink. This is about basically it's a fantasy world where they're on a floating island, and ballet. There's ballet. It's just kind of an odd concept, but it's really cool. Basically, the ballet, they dance, and their point of their dance is to kind of keep the island in place. And but things are going wrong on this island, and the people who run who are in charge, who run the dancers, are not necessarily who they appear to be to the main character. So she soon finds out that things are not as they appear, shall we say. So yes, this was really great. I really loved it. Again, I loved all these books. I keep saying that. This is my top books of the year. You know I loved all these books. All right, and then my number one most favorite book of the entire year, Dream of Kings by Sharon Hink. This is basically a Joseph retelling. Except the main character is a girl, which makes it a little bit different, but it is really good. She can interpret dreams, again, like Joseph, but she is betrayed and sold into slavery, and then, of course, things happen. I mean, if you know the story of Joseph in the Bible, you can probably guess what happens, but yeah, it was so good. I really loved this book. Also, this is a gorgeous cover. Like, just look at this cover. Just please look at this cover. This is also a really pretty cover. Yeah, but I love this cover. Love this book. It was super good, and it is my number 1 book of the year. So those are my top 16. Again, odd number, but that's just how it worked out this year. Books of 2023. Please let me know what your favorite book that you read in 2023 was, or maybe like your top 3, because it'd be fun to see more than one. So yeah, let me know what those are in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!